All three presidential candidates agree that the election for Singapore's highest office should not be politicised. That's even as each of them is linked to either the establishment, the ruling party, or the opposition. But they also gave varied reasons why they remain independent candidates. Mr Ng Kok Song, Mr Tharman, Shanmugaratnam, and Mr Lian were speaking during a live televised forum at Mediacorp. It's the first and only live forum for this election.
Each of you is linked to either the establishment, the ruling party, or the opposition. How then can you convince voters you're not politicising the election and you will exercise your powers without fear or favour? Mr Tan, your time starts now.
The most important consideration is what are the problems facing the people, and do we understand the problem? And if we do understand, we do understand the problem, what are possible solutions? So I therefore look at the role of the president in this way. It is not helpful when you are solving difficult problems to mix up the concept of is this the solution of party A or party B? I do not believe in politicking because it's taking away time that should be go into understanding the problem and solving the problem. So I do not agree with the framing that any solution is politicizing. I think we should focus on the problem and use all available resources and knowledge to see what is the best way to solve the problem that faces the country and the people. And we do have many problems that are unsolved over past decades, such as the low birth rate and life becoming more difficult. These are very important things to solve, and we shouldn't be thinking about politicizing.
Thank you, Mr Tan. Mr Ng, you are next, and your time starts now.
When you speak about politicizing the election, I stand as a person who does not belong to any political party. I do not belong to the People's Action Party. I do not belong to any opposition party. So there's no better safeguard to have a non-politicized presidential election, to have candidates who do not have any political affiliations. And the other point I would make is that if you have candidates who are supported or endorsed by any political party, there's a danger that the president cannot act without fear or favor, because the president might have been influenced in serving the political agenda of the political parties concerned. So I stand as the only non-partisan candidate in this presidential election.
Do you have anything else to add?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Ng. Mr Tharman, you are next. You have 1.5 minutes, and it begins now.
Let's avoid simple labels. This is a contest between individuals who have to be assessed on their character, whether they have the spine, whether they have the track record, whether they'll be able to keep the trust of the people who are electing them. If we go with the label of whether you've been a member of a political party or not, I think that's extremely simplistic. It would also have ruled out, by the way, President Ong Teng Cheong would have ruled out past candidates like Mr Tan Cheng Bock, President Tony Tan. It would have ruled out also a whole set of people, if you think about it, who may not be members of a political party, but who have owed their positions to their bosses who were ministers in the government of the day. All our senior civil servants, all the senior people on the public track, they owe their positions to bosses who are political figures. Are they obligated to their bosses because of that? Not necessarily. It depends on the individual. Let's say you have a private company, you have a construction company that depends on government contracts, or you have a fund management company that depends on government monies. Does that make you not independent? Not necessarily. It depends on your character, your track record. So I would say avoid the simple labels. Make this a contest between individuals. Do they have the spine? Do they have the track record?